Om Yam Brahma Varunandarudramaruta Stannandi Divyaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadai Gayantiyam Samagaha Yanavastidadgadgatena Manasaha Shantiyam Yoginaha Yasyantam Vidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Okay, read verse number 4 onwards, please. Arjuna Vacha Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam Jamadusudana Ishu Bhi Pratiyasyami Pujara Varisudana Guru Nahatva hi Mahanubhavan Shreyo Bhoktum Vaikshamapi Aloke Atvartha Kamanstu Guru Nihaiva Bhunjiya Bhogan Rudira Pradigdhan Naitad Vidmo Kataranno Gariyahe Yadva Jayema Yadivano Jayeyuhu Yane Bhatvana Jijivishamahe Devastita Pramukhe Dharta Rashtraha Karpanya Dosha Pata Svabhava Pruchami Tvam Dharma Sammudha Cheta Yatsreyasya Nishchitam Rohitan Me Shishyasteham Sadhi Mam Tva Prapannam. Right, these 3 verses, very nice, get it by heart. There are certain verses as you go on, whichever you like, go on repeating it, you will get it by heart. And I hope you are chanting the dhyana slokas, just speak it also, get it by heart. Because when you get by heart certain verses, it becomes easier for you for contemplation. It is just like for most of the people, when unconsciously so many thoughts are passing, whatever thought comes, suddenly they get hooked onto that thought. Most people, 99.9 people are like that. The moment the thoughts come, they get hooked onto the object of the thought. Until that, they won't even remember that object. But the moment the thought comes, finished. They are hooked onto the object. And these thoughts always come up by themselves. Apart from when you are consciously contemplating, thinking over an idea, a verse, most of the time you play effortless in life. Every time you can't just be sitting unconscious. It should be effortless to you. So these thoughts are also effortless. And they are coming up, instead of getting the thoughts which are distracting effortlessly, it is better to have some of these thoughts packed in your head. So as you are sitting down, as you are passing, suddenly a thought comes. Shishyastiham sadhimam tva prapannam ayo karpanya dosho vahatasvava prachami tva dharma sammuhti. Like a dialogue comes up in your head. I don't know. I'll say the meaning of it. I'll tell you later on that I don't know, Lord, what is the right. Tell me. I am your disciple. Please solve this problem for me. So when you get by heart certain verses, whether it is Upanishad, this or that, immediately you shall get into that mood. Just like you, some movie songs, movie songs, some tune, it comes up. When that comes up, you remember that something. So when a thought comes up like this, ajo nitya shashvat hoyam purana nahanyate hanyamane sarire, this is something unborn, eternal, absolute. Even when the body is destroyed, it is not destroyed. One thought, you remember it. That is why, just like, we have these Sanskrit verses, just like you have got English music, suppose you can translate something like that and somebody put into some type of an English music, it will be very nice. In one of those yoga camp, YTTC camp, one boy had come from Europe. He was a good singer and he had wrote few songs very nicely about this yoga, about this knowledge, and they started singing that very nicely. Oh, it was so good because, see, it depends on the culture. See, suppose you don't know the Sanskrit language, how are you going to remember Sanskrit? You enjoy the chanting, but you don't remember anything. But suppose you like English language, or you like Spanish or German, Italian, whatever language you like, suppose those are the languages in you, write down something. And you remember that the moment that verse comes to your head, where it comes very popular tune, that tune comes to your head, then the theme comes up, makes it very nice. So remember these verses once in a while, it will be very good. Anyway, so, as we saw in the morning classes, there are the two things. One is, first to understand that I, the individual, is the greatest mystery in life. Because anything that the creation exists by itself is not a mystery, that the creation is by itself is not a mystery. In my presence, creation is a mystery. If individual doesn't exist, creation, creator, nothing shall mean anything. Therefore, I must know about myself. Next. As we saw, not many people are used to challenge themselves, question themselves. Therefore, our line of thinking must change. To facilitate their understanding, ask the person, what does he want in life? What do you want? When you ask this question, what do you want? Ultimately, as we saw in our introductory classes, ultimately you shall know that everybody wants the happiness in life. Because what do you want? Immediately, even if the person says, I want to be educated in life, you know that example. Why do you want education? Ask anybody. Why do you want education? Not for its own sake, so that education ensures you a job. Then why do you want a job? Suppose somebody gives you a job, are you all right? Job I'll get. You come and take up a job in ashram. Are you comfortable? Yeah, but then how much money you'll give me? So nobody is interested in job for job's sake, for the sake of money. Why do you want money? You ask money? Yes. Why do you want money? Do you want money for money's sake? Or because money can purchase something? Because you can't eat money, you can't sleep money, you can't do anything with the money except it purchase something. You want money because there is a purchasing capacity. So do you want money for money's sake or for things' sake? Of course, I want money for things' sake. I want so that I can have a house, car, things like that. Very good. Okay, all these things are given to you. Are you comfortable? Then every rich man in the world will be happy. Okay, you can have all these things, but you cannot use them. Who wants it? You wanted all these things, yours. No. Then you shall say, no, I want it. So that I can live in the house, drive the car, swim the pool, go everywhere. Yes, so what will happen? So that I can be ultimately happy in life. So what do you want ultimately? Every human individual ultimately wants happiness in life. Somebody who has got all these things, suppose he is unhappy, and he had a dream that by indulging I shall be happy. Suddenly he is so fed up with it, he says, I want to renounce everything so that I can be happy. So both way individual struggle. The struggle, when he is struggling for indulgence, the purpose is to be happy. Tired of indulgence, he wants to renounce everything, again also he wants to be happy. So everybody wants to be ultimately happy in life, either by indulgence or by renunciation. Everybody wants to be happy in life. If this much is clearly understood, again somebody shall say, no, I am not interested in the objects, the material prosperity, I am not such a materialist, I want God in my life. So why do you want God? Ask the person the same question, why do you want God? Definitely God is not wanted for God's sake. That is why prayer is a huge list. Why people go there? What is your prayer? What do you want? Everybody has a list for the prayer. A huge list, every individual. So nobody goes to God for God's sake. You want to God for certain things' sake. So why do you want God? Not for God's sake, but because if I go to God, maybe I get a house or a job or a money or things. And all these things, why do I want? For the sake of my happiness. So why do you want God? For the sake of happiness. So everybody ultimately wants happiness in life. Please appreciate these things. You have seen it very clearly in your Tattvabodha classes. But I hope you have seen it in your own life very clearly. Ultimately, I want happiness in life. If it is so, where is that happiness? If I am absolutely sure what I want in life, then I must know where to look for it. This is simple search. We shall see this whole Gita, Upanishads in that in a very, very simple way. Please understand, it is not to, all these books are written not to show off somebody's scholarship, but to share the wisdom. It is not to show off scholarship, how much grammar you know, how much language you know, how many types of interpretation you can give. It makes no difference. Ultimately, truth makes the difference. How many types of interpretation you can give, that is left to scholars. We will see one or certain types we shall see. The same language, same words, so many interpretations you can give, so many interpretations. But does it mean anything? It is like a food. Shall you go on preparing 100 varieties of vegetables out of it, one single vegetable? Shall we go on making 100 varieties of dishes out of it, or you should eat and satisfy your hunger? The purpose of vegetable or the food is what? The purpose of food is to satisfy the hunger, not how many varieties of food you can make. Nothing wrong in getting a variety of food. Ultimately you should eat it and satisfy your hunger, not putting 100 varieties of vegetable and then you are starving here. Same thing, 100 varieties of ideas you have got, but then ultimately you are starving, you are empty, suffering from emptiness in life. No. So all these things we shall see. So please see the purpose. Every individual wants ultimately happiness in life. So where is the address? There is no external address. If there is such an address, one time or other you shall get it out. There is no such address. Can you give the name of an object? We shall give happiness to all people at all times and all conditions. There is no such object. Please see that. There is no such object. Call it a gold, call it diamond, call it a man or a woman or things. Nothing gives satisfaction to all people at all times, at all conditions. Therefore, listen carefully. Therefore, if you are convinced like that, therefore, not only you shall not get angry with somebody that somebody did not give you happiness, but also if somebody drops you, you also don't mind it. See, you must see 360-degree view. Our view is, that man doesn't make me happy, that she doesn't make me happy. Can you give happiness to somebody all the time? So when you are dropping, you are a hero. When you are dropped, you think you are stupid. Don't mind being dropped. Why? Same thing, this fellow had He was seeing something in me, suddenly it doesn't see anything anymore. Okay, it's all right. What can I do about it? Because there is no such object in the world, understand? There is no such object in the world which can give you happiness at all times, all places, all conditions. If there is no such thing, is there any time which gives you all happiness to all people at all times and all conditions? Is there any such time where everybody is happy? Night 2 o'clock, boom. There is a flood of happiness rushing, tsunami. Huh? The tsunami comes and the tsunami of happiness comes and strikes everybody at night 2 o'clock. Then what should we do? Throughout the day, do whatever you like, wait for the night 2 o'clock. Whoa! Suddenly flood of happiness comes and hits us. There is no such time where everybody is happy at all times. No. Is there any place where everybody is happy? That is what the travel agents will advertise. Tourist departments will advertise. This is the paradise. Same old paradise. The other day when I was in France, one person, he lives in a beautiful place. It's a French village. It's a lovely river and beautiful, wheat field and these and vegetables and everything. Summer, so beautiful. The old elderly person, 88-year-old he is, but keeps himself fit by working in his field and everything. Then when I said, have you come to India? Then he said, Swami, same old paradise. This is my paradise. That's true. I mean, he thinks that's the place where he has lived for a long, long time. Anyway, see, is there any place, the same old paradise when? Only in summer time. During the winter, everybody goes out because only 6 feet snow. It's so terrible. But then it has a pleasure. That's a different thing altogether. Anyway, so the purpose is to find out, is there any place where everybody is happy? Advertisers, brochures, tourism department, everybody will say, this is the paradise, this is the paradise. Then how come people from paradise are leaving that place to search for another place? There is no such place, understand, which can make everybody happy at all times, all places, all conditions. There is no such time when everybody is happy. There is no such thing which makes everybody happy. That means the whole world of time, place, objectivity is now completely negated as the source of happiness. You can use that place, understand, the usage nobody takes away. But as a source of happiness, they fail. Are you getting that difference? As a source of happiness, you cannot say any object, any time, any place shall make you happy. But other things have their usage in life. You can make use of it to keep yourself alive. But definitely, they will not give you happiness. Still, if you feel happy in life, what does it mean? You must be source of happiness. If there is happiness nowhere outside, in the external universe, and still you feel a moment of happiness, naturally you must be source of happiness. Same logic also applies. Is there any object which gives unhappiness to everybody? At all times, on places, all conditions? No. Is there any time when everybody is unhappy? There is no such time. Is there a place where everybody is happy? There is no such place. So if there is no such place, no such time, no such object which makes universally everybody happy, and still the person feels unhappy in life, where is the unhappiness? You must be source of unhappiness. Same logic. There is no happiness in the external world. If you feel happy, it must be in you. You must be source. There is no unhappiness in the external world. And if you still feel unhappy in life, again, you must be source of unhappiness. So you are the source of happiness, you are the source of unhappiness. Which one is right? Both are right. How can I be source of happiness? How can I be source of unhappiness? Both are right. Yes. How can both be right? This is where you start thinking. Which one is right? Happiness is right or unhappiness is right? We have seen this in the beginning classes. And the happiness is right or the unhappiness is right? Happiness has to be right. Why? If unhappiness is my nature, I will not try to get out of it. You never see in life people feel comfortable with unhappiness. Have you seen anybody saying like that? For last whole week it has been fantastic. I'm so unhappy. You don't know. Does anybody talk like that? Nor anybody gets tired of happiness. Have you seen anybody getting tired of happiness? Anybody telling, "Shah, I hate this place. All the time, happy, happy, happy. I don't know what to do." Is there any such person? Nobody is tired of happiness. And nobody wants the unhappiness to linger. If unhappiness is my nature, I'll feel very comfortable with it. Since I'm not comfortable with unhappiness, it means it is not my nature. Happiness must be my nature because I'm comfortable with it. Not only that, because happiness is my nature, the moment there is unhappiness, I want to get out of it. It's just like our eyes. Eyes are beautiful. There is no struggle at all. But the moment a dust particle goes in, your eyes start dancing. Why? Because that little dust is not the part of the eyes. It is irritating. The dust is irritating. Therefore, I want to get out of the little irritation. Unhappiness as a thought, anxiety, pain, fear, irritating. It's like a dust in the peaceful eye of consciousness. These little thoughts are irritations. Why is he talking like that? Why is he smiling like that? Why that person didn't do that to me? Why, all these little irritation. What are you trying to do? This little irritation, you want to get out of it. Do you get that point? You want to get out little irritation from your thought. That is why when you go to sleep, you feel comfortable. The same idiot, the same person whom you like, whom you consider as an irritation is around, but you are now asleep. Does it matter to you if he is around? Because you are asleep, it makes no difference. But then how long can you escape sleep for happiness? Life is not sleeping 24 hours. You have to be up. So when you are up, how do you manage it? So in this little thought of unhappiness, when it comes up, I don't like it. I want to get rid of it. So people that way struggle to get out of the thought. That is why the ordinary person thinks, the presence of thought makes me unhappy. What shall make me happy? Absence of thought. So you struggle to get rid of the thought. How to get rid of the thought? Either by getting the object of thought or by fulfilling the thought. So the thought is to negate something, you want to negate it. The thought is to grab something, possess something, you want to grab it so that the thoughts go away. When the thoughts go away, the person feels very happy. So then you attribute that happiness to the object which helps in removing the thought. That is where you make the mistake. If you conclude that the object which helps in removing the thought becomes the source of my happiness, then you shall be dependent on the object. In the absence of the object, again the thought will come and you shall be unhappy. Or in the presence of that object, but when the other thoughts come up, that also will make you unhappy. Suppose what you wanted, that object is there. Okay, now you are resolved in relation to that object, but another thought comes up. So your whole life becomes a continuous series of thinking, resolving, desiring, fulfilling. It's it's a never-ending process, one after another. That is how in the process you become old. Trishna anajirna, bayameva jirna. The trishna, the thirst in life, the desires in life don't go away, but we grow old. Bhogana bhukta, bayameva bhukta. The pleasures are not enjoyed, we were enjoyed in the process, our body is destroyed. So again and again that happens. So you have to see very clearly in that moment of happiness, when in the presence of the object, the thoughts go away, you are with yourself. So the object of happiness, you are with yourself. So naturally, any moment of happiness, you are with yourself. I am the absolute happiness. This is the truth. Listen carefully. This is the truth. That I am the happiness, I am the truth, I am the absolute, I am immortal. Now, since this is your nature, until you reach it, you cannot keep quiet. So knowing about happiness means knowing about yourself. So what do I look for in life? Happiness. What is happiness? In myself. So what am I looking for in life? Myself. So if you find yourself, you find happiness. When you find happiness, you find yourself. Are you getting that point? So this is how the whole thing is resolved. What I look for in life is happiness. What is the happiness? Is in myself. So what am I looking for? Myself. So when I find myself, I find happiness. Or when I find happiness, I find myself. This is the ultimate. Now please see the connection. Since this is the happiness, that is everybody's nature, nobody can remain contented with anything less than that. Until you find yourself, you shall struggle. It is just like the moving pendulum. You say that example. It's just like the moving pendulum. It has as though moved out of its center. So it is continuously searching. Centripetal movement. Searching your center. Until it finds its center, it cannot keep quiet. Once it finds center, it is keeping quiet. So when you find your center, not that you come to a standstill. Now you are happy with yourself, your activities will begin to keep you going in the world, but no more looking for happiness. What a load off your head. Now I am living for living sake. No more for happiness sake. No more searching for happiness. No more searching for security. No more searching for fulfillment. I am happy with myself. Oh, why do you want a car to go around? Why do you want this food? It's a nice thing to eat. Why do you want to put up a dress? What to do is so cold. I mean, you understand. Hey, thereafter you choose what dress you want to put on, what food you want to put on, what God you want to worship, what you don't want to worship. It makes no difference. That is why knowing yourself is not a religion. Being happy is not a religious injunction. It's not some type of religious instruction or a secular need, a constitutional obligation. This is something our own nature, and everybody must understand it. Until you understand it, you shall look for it. You like it or not. Why? Because that is your nature. Until you find infinity, until you find happiness, until you find fulfillment, until you find immortality, until you find yourself, your life shall continue. Who, where shall face this question depends on human situations. Arjuna faced it in the battlefield. You can face it in an examination hall. Somebody can find it in a breakdown of a relationship. Somebody can wake up to this conflict while doing a business. Somebody while picking up a job. Somebody being deceived by a friend or not being deceived by a friend. Or somebody generally happy with everything, but there is an emptiness. So when a person shall wake up, there is no particular time, there is no particular situation. There is not one universal situation that when you reach this, everybody will wake up to the struggle. No. This waking can begin anywhere. Are you getting that point, please? For Arjuna, it happened to be in the battlefield. Therefore, don't organize a battle for you to wake up. For him, it is in the battlefield. For you, it is in your battlefield. Because life is a continuous battle. Therefore, you can take it as an imagery. Life is a continuous battle. You are continuously battling with life. Continuously. You can be, sometimes suppose you look for food. You are interested in eating food. And maybe you got obsessed with a particular food. And wherever you go, you want that food. And because of that food, you have to be humiliated. Because everybody says, why do you want that food? Nobody gives you that, or somebody humiliates you, then you get fed up. Why am I interested only in this food? Am I interested in food or happiness? Happiness. Better to find where the happiness. It can be your food. It can be a relationship. Why am I jumping from man to man? Why am I jumping from woman to woman? Why am I jumping from relation to relationship? What am I looking for? Come, let us see. Why am I going from job to job? Why am I going from things to things? I am going on changing situation to situation. What is that I want in life? So anytime, anywhere you can get, because this is the moving pendulum. Restless individuality. Continuously seeking. And since it is your nature, you cannot escape the search, because you can't remain away from home for a long time. I am the infinity. I have to return home. I am the immortal. I have to return home. I am the happiness. I have to return home. I cannot remain satisfied with anything less than what I am. This is a universal human struggle. You don't have to go for infinity for that. You think of your own little talent. Suppose you are a very good cook. Think, you are a very good cook. You cook that food. Everybody eats it, they enjoy it. Hey, wonderful food, very nicely you have cooked. You taste it, you say, oh, it's good, but I'm not really very happy. This did not come up the way I wanted it. Others are enjoying, but you don't enjoy. Why? Because you know your height. Like a musician. Musician, you ask him to sing, he will sing, ta-da-da-da, singing, everybody enjoys. But the person doesn't enjoy, because he knows the same thing, he had sung it so well in another evening. That is why sometimes you shall see the musician, why their hands and legs go on working? Because, what he cannot reach by his voice, he wants to reach by his hand. That's right, he can't do it. You know your height. You know your height. Anything for that matter. That is why comparison comes up. It's like a benchmark. I have this coffee, but nothing like I had that coffee in Tanjavur. I had the dosa, but the dosa I got in that other place. Oh. I had the pizza, but nothing like that. I had the macaroni, but nothing like in Italy. I had the mango, but nothing like in ashram. Are you getting that point, please? You have a benchmark. Same thing happiness in life. Until you are happy with yourself, you cannot keep quiet. That is why the person struggles and struggles and struggles. Unconsciously, everybody is struggling. When you shall come face to face with the struggle, you don't know. For Arjuna, it happened in battlefield. Life was smooth. Childhood, prince, education, brothers, got married, go to the forest, everything finished. Very nice. They come back, they must have thought, we'll get our kingdom, we'll settle down. Like many people dream. You are going to school, college, university, wow, play. Very nice, going through school, college, university, preparing yourself for a job. Now you say, wow, now I've got a job, now I've got a boyfriend, a girlfriend, I get married, settled in life. As you are thinking, settled in life, she runs away. As you get settled in life, he runs away. As you get settled in life, the world melts down. Your job is gone. Just think. Time plays truant, pulls a little bit here and there, just pulls the carpet from under your feet. By the time you thought you are settled, something else comes up. Please feel it, please feel it. Everything is okay, suddenly you are struck down by cancer. That time what shall you do? What is this life? You are totally frustrated. Who? I am afraid. Why? Now suddenly I say, these things don't give me any security. Where is the security? And that is what Arjuna comes face to face in the battlefield. He thought life will be fantastic. He is a mighty archer of the time. He is the prince. He shall kill everybody and he shall win the battle. Very clearly you shall see. But then you discover, to win that battle, you have to kill all these people. Ayyo, that is the time it hits you. To win the battle, I have to kill all these people. Now when it comes to that, the prince in him takes the back seat, the person in him overtakes him. That is where you are emotionally overwhelmed. It happens in life. When your son humiliates you, your child humiliates you, and says, "This is my grandfather's house, you have to give it to me." What do you say? Take that damn house. Why? What happens to you? You don't want to fight with your son. You don't fight with your daughter, fight with your child. Hey, let it go. Why? What happened? Suddenly you are renunciate. What happened to you? If the person in you doesn't want to be humiliated for that role, take. I'm going. Understand? Or sometimes your personal role is so nice. Like the British, that king who, I don't remember the name of the man, the British king who abdicated his right for the throne for the sake of the marrying a girl, marrying a woman. Yes, King Edward, or whatever he is. He loved somebody. She's a divorcee woman, suppose. Or something somewhere, you don't know what type of woman, it doesn't matter, it makes no difference. Or Catholic or not, something. He wanted to marry a woman. But the tradition is, if you want to be the king of England, you are not supposed to marry on these circumstances. He says, take your throne. Some people say he is stupid. Romantics say he is wonderful. So-called practical people say he is stupid. Who has to decide? He has to decide or we have to decide? What is his happiness? He says, my girl, my lover, my beloved, the kingdom go to hell, I am not interested in. For whose sake I want this kingdom? If she is not there, what is the need of a kingdom? Do you understand the logic now? For whose sake I want the kingdom, if she is not around me, what should I do with the kingdom? Arjuna's exactly same thing. For whose sake I am fighting this battle? My gurus, my grandfather, my friends, my people, my relatives, for their sake I want this kingdom. And they are here, tyaktva dhanani, jivanani, tyaktva dhanam, giving up their life, as well as wealth, they are standing here. For whose sake I shall get this battle, get this kingdom? I am not interested. And if I get the kingdom, now he asks the question. Please see that. You understand the background now? This is the universal background for universal human struggle. Everybody wants happiness in life. Somewhere you meet your Waterloo, as they say. Somewhere you meet your defeat in life. Somewhere you discover the limitations of it. That even after this, that's what Arjuna says. How do you expect me, Katham Bhisma? When he says, I don't want to fight the battle, Arjuna has seen through, because unconsciously he is really gunning for immortality absolute. But Krishna thinks that this fellow is simply temporarily suspended. So he wants to whip him out of his stupor. Therefore uses very, very nasty word. Klaibyam asma gamarta. He says, Kutastva kasmalamidam vishame samupasthitam. Hey Arjuna, in this time of crisis, vishame samupasthitam kuta kasmalam. From where these impurities, this nonsense, this wavering comes to you? Anarya justam aswargyam akirtikaram. Hey Arjuna, this is anarya justam. That day I gave you a wrong statement. Anarya ajusta. No. Anarya justam is one word. Not Arya Justam. It is not desired by the great people. Anarya Justam. What you are behaving, that behavior doesn't behove you. It comes out of Anarya. People who are useless, ordinary, those who never keep up their words. Aswargyam akirtikaram. It is neither holy, auspicious, nor it brings you glory in life. Arjuna, klaibyam masma gamaparda. Don't be an eunuch. That is the ultimate razor-sharp criticism for a man of bravery. It's like talking to a samurai that he is a female, or he is stupid. Like a samurai went to a Zen master. He asked the Zen master, do you really believe there is heaven and hell? So, the Zen master told him, how come an idiot like you ask this question? Now just think, to a samurai who is a respected, powerful man representing the society, he has his honor. To him you say, how can an idiot like you ask this type of question? He had his sword connected to the belt. Now his grip became very strong. The face started becoming red. And he was going to bring it out to chop off the head of that monk. And when he was really reacting heavily to take it, the monk says, here he opens the gateway for the hell. Oh, then he knew he had a purpose. Deliberately he is putting me up so that I can get hungry. He immediately relaxed. I'm sorry. This is the gateway to heavens. So you create your hell, you create your heaven. Are you getting that? So Akirti karma, this is something inglorious. This when Bhagavan, Krishna talks, lashes out at him. Hey Arjuna, this is something doesn't befit you. If you tell so, he say, you are like behaving like a kliba, eunuch. To prove that he is not eunuch, he shall get out of the stupor and kill everybody. So Krishna thought he shall whip him out with a word. So that his temporary weakness goes away. But his problem is much deeper. Now he says, Lord, don't think that I can't fight. Katham bhismam aham sankhye bhikatham bhismam dronam cha sankhye isubhi pratiyosyami. Hey Madhusudana, O Lord, you tell me. Hey Arisudana, hey Madhusudana, gives a name like Madhusudana, you killed Madhu like Rakshasa and all that. You are the one destroyer of enemy, you better kill them all. Why don't you tell me, how do I kill Pujaro, these respected grandsire Bhishma and the teacher Drona? He taught me how to fight the battle. Now I have to kill him. How do you think I will do that? This is the difference between a good man and a bad man. Already I have explained to other classes. The person who thinks happiness is more important, listen carefully. The person who thinks kingdom is important because kingdom gives me security and comfort, he shall not mind killing anybody. But a good person knows this kingdom and other things does not really give me happiness. For the sake of the kingdom, how can I kill people who make me happy? Which one is more important for you? Think for yourself. A kingdom or a person? Riches or a person? Sensitive persons shall say, because one person is my world. I don't want to destroy anybody. This person is there, that's enough. So, if Drona, Bhishma, those who have helped me to grow up in life and fight the battle, they have taught me how to fight, how do I kill them? Not only that, it is better, he says, Gurun ahatva, mahanubhavan gurun ahatva, Shreyo bhaktum vaikshyam api iyaloke. Iyaloke, in this world, it is better to ahatva, not killing these mahanubhavan gurun. These gurus, these great preceptors, those who are mahanubhavan, people noble with great experiences of life. Because if I kill them, the society goes back automatically hundreds of years. Anywhere in a dictatorship, they kill all the intellectuals. In any dictatorial regime in the world, you shall see, the dictators first kill all the intellectuals. Because whoever is going to fight the battle, whoever is going to keep the world awake, these are the thinkers who shall keep people awake to the follies of the dictator. Therefore, they wipe them out. Any dissent is not encouraged, not accepted, not tolerated. Kill them up, chop them off. That is why in communist regime, any type of regime which demands total brainwashing, like mafias, Talibans, criminals, they will not tolerate any dissent. They must destroy. Say, how do I destroy these people? It is better to sreyo bhoktum bhaiksham api aloke. Bhaiksham bhoktum. It is better to go and beg in the world and leave than to kill these people for the sake of the kingdom. So suddenly, it reminds him of what? Sannyas. Because it is better to be a sannyasi, go somewhere and beg around and eat. So this is the influence of a tradition. I am not interested in this, I am going to be renunciate, go on begging food and eating. Bhaiksham api aloke. This is where, if you want scholastic interpretation, some play on the words. Gurun ahatva, he is a he indeed, without killing those great people. Or Gurun ahatva himahanubhavan. Himaha. Himam means cold, ignorance. Himaha, those who destroy ignorance. Then if you are interested in scholastic thing, what an interpretation. Now, whether they destroy the ignorance or they do something, how does it help you to understand yourself? That is just a pleasure you can have from an interpretation. Have it, nothing wrong. Have fun with the words also. But don't lose out in the purpose. Why it is? Not the third interpretation of the word is more important. What is more important is your understanding of yourself. Anyway, so here he says, Sreyo bhaktum bhaiksham api aloke. Bhaiksham, better to go to beg and live this life than to hatvartha kamanstu guruni eva bhunjiya bhogan rudira pratigna than hatva arthakaman gurun hatva. By killing these people who are arthakaman guru, those who teach us about artha kama, two the interpretation you can give. By killing this gurun, bhogan rudira pratigdhan bhogan bhunjiya. By killing these people, I will get this artha, security, kama, all these desires or desirable objects, but which will be soaked in the blood of these gurus. I am not interested. Because to get this kingdom, I have to kill them. And who is interested in enjoying a kingdom soaked with the blood of my own teachers and respected grandfathers? I am not interested. This is the difference between, as I told you, a villain and a good man. What is a villain? What is a criminal? It doesn't matter. Let them die. My kingdom is mine. He has no sensitivity. Are you getting that? That is why long before you become a mumukshu, you must be a good man. It begins with ignorance, very ordinary bad behavior. Then education takes you to good behavior. Please understand. That is why education, culture, which makes you good behavior. Because left to yourself, it will be law of the jungle. Might is right. Animals, why they live like that? Nobody teaches. They can't be taught. Human beings, if you leave them as it is, what will happen? It will be law of the jungle. Might is right. That is why so much of time is needed to give them right type of values. But what happens is we forget that at one time even the right values shall appear wrong. People, that is why the religious group who says only with the religious indoctrination everything shall be fantastic. No. Just by giving good values will not solve the problem. Why? Because at one time, because of those good values, you shall go into a heavy conflict in life. I told you yesterday, no, like that, a man who is lying. Everybody tells you shall never lie, that lies never pay. What is this? Can you be absolutely honest to say you never lied in life? Just be honest. Huh. One day, three children are playing in the street. And they were playing a game where they were trying to find out. The game is about this. Whoever tells the best lie, he shall get the puppy. They had a small puppy with them. And all the three are talking among themselves. Whoever can tell a best lie, he shall get the puppy. Now the religious man, local religious head, was passing that way. And what he listened, he was flabbergasted. He told children, how can you play this game? You should not tell lies. Then these three children asked, Father, you have never told a lie? Never in my life. This dog is yours. That's the best lie. How can you say never told a lie? It comes to conflict in life. That you must help everybody. Your conflict comes, to whom you help, he kills you. Do you understand why people get shattered? To whom you help, that is the person who kills you. Who think you is your greatest enemy? Your best friend. The children you help them to bring up, they become your worst enemy. Your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, the person whom you are intimately living with, he becomes your enemy. The worst enemy of a company person is the finance man, who knows all the secrets of the financial transaction. Whomever you trust more becomes the worst enemy because he knows your weakness. He knows your informations. What money you spent, what money you did not spend, where you went, what you did not do, what you did, everything he knows. Sometimes people will push you into that. One day a person was telling me, Swamiji, come, let's go for a movie. Not that I don't see movies, I do see movies. Just think of I'm talking about situation. Hey, come for a movie. I said, no, I don't want to go. What is there in a theater if you go there? Unless some fellow sees, what will they think? And it's not that, I can have a video in my room, it doesn't matter, I should go. No, you come. Nah. Very much he was interested. Then I knew that fellow also. He is the biggest loudmouth of the world. He shall tell me to go there, and himself will tell everybody that Swamiji went to movie yesterday with me to the theater. Now what do you do with that fellow? It is just like this, nowadays, this so-called investigative journalism. They will come and they promise you, as though they are the third-party fellow, they'll give you 100,000 rupees, take this money, no problem, this is a donation to the party. Then you thought so much money is coming, this fellow also will be coming. So they will be giving as though no hooks there, no conditions attached, no expectations there. So you thought anyway you are receiving so much money, take 100,000 and go. Then they take it on a video and put it in the TV that you accepted a bribe. Hey, but you did not say it was a bribe, did you? So what right have you got to test somebody's morality or immorality? It's like sending a girl to somebody or sending a boy to somebody and telling him be very friendly. And when a person is very friendly, if you say yes, what is wrong in that? But after you are friendly, the fellow puts up your paper in a newspaper, your photo. What nonsense? Then why did you come to become friendly? Are you here to test my mind? How do I know? How do you know that I didn't succumb just like that? Just see that logic. Recently, you know what happened? The Slumdog Millionaire, that big movie, which has got the big, Oscar award. One group of people from CNN and others, they come into India, tell this girl's father that if you give away this girl, we shall take her in adoption and we shall give you $300,000. Like 200,000 pounds we'll give you, you give this girl in adoption. It became a big issue. These fellows said, no, I am not interested. But after some time, very, very poor man, he might have said, okay, might have said, but he said he has not told. Neither the girl wanted to go. Now, that okay he must have waited for. The moment they have said okay, now he is flashing. Man is selling away the girl who won the prize. Now, just for your one news bite, you don't mind destroying anybody, right? What right have you got to offer a poor man $300,000? So are you there to be the one passing the judgment on his susceptibility, vulnerability, his desire for wealth or no wealth? Who are you to play games with somebody's poverty? Please understand, that's not the test. If that person chooses to fall, that's a different thing altogether. If he initiates a move, that's a different thing. Now you don't train the people, you don't tempt the person, then you say, oh, that person fell for it. What is the problem? How do you know that? It's like a mullah falling one day. A mullah was going on in the donkey. Then he fell down. When he fell down, everybody started laughing. When everybody started laughing, mullah got up and says, why are you laughing? You fell down. He said, how do you know that I don't have a reason to fall? How do you know that I don't have a reason to fall? Maybe I fell down to entertain you. A person who is consciously living, you can't cheat the fellow. How do you know? Understand? So that is a different type of wisdom altogether, understanding altogether. Anyway, so I don't want to leave, Arjuna says, I don't want to leave this life, enjoy this kingdom which is soaked with the blood of these people. But if you are an ignorant person, what shall you say? You don't mind enjoying it. That is why life begins with that. If you are not trained, you will be living with your instinct, which will be selfish instinct. Therefore, there shall be no laws, no regulations, no sensitivity, no kindness, nothing. Self-interest is the name of the game. That is where you shall find barbaric society. Then you are trained to be good. Definitely, when you are trained to be good, then you say, oh, this is better. Not to fight is better. Not to tell a lie is better. Not to be greedy is better. Not to be possessive is better. But then suddenly you discover, yes, the lies never pay, but the truth also doesn't pay. Poverty doesn't pay, but prosperity also doesn't pay. Dishonesty never pays, but honesty also doesn't pay. That is where your conflict comes. That is where you have to go beyond good and bad. You remember the Kathopanishad text? What did Nachiketas asked? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra krutat akrutat yattat pasyati tadvada. Please tell me that something which is other than good and bad, other than right and wrong, other than moral and immoral, other than the pairs of opposites. Tell me the absolute. Because poverty doesn't pay, prosperity doesn't pay it either. Defeat in a battle doesn't pay. Even the winning doesn't pay, because winning is like a defeat if all these people are gone. Therefore, O Lord, I don't know. Na etad vidma kataranno gariha yadva jayema yadivano jayeyu. Please, Krishna, I don't know. Etad na vidma, I don't know. We don't know. Kataranno gariha. Which one is better? To gain a victory or to be won over? To win, to conquer or to be conquered? To win or to be won over? Because if I win, it is like a defeat, because these people are going to be killed. If I am won over, I know that also is not desirable. But I don't know what to do. Na vidma, we don't know. Do you come across this situation in life? If I live my life in the world, that's not worth it. If I give up also, that also not possible. Shall I be here or shall I not be here? Shall I do this or shall I not do this? Shall I marry or shall I stay? run away. Shall I be the family or shall I run away the family? Anything in a situation like that, what shall I do? Yaneva hatvana jijivishama. By killing whom I don't want to live this life, tevastita pramuke dhartarashtra. All these people are standing in front of him. Therefore, he gives you the final verse, where Arjuna, the prince, the person, surrenders to Krishna as a student. It says, Karpanya dosh, this is the most important verse. You get, and all verses are right. There's a leading there, it comes to, all verses lead to this. Karpanya doshopahata svabhavah pruchhami tva dharma sammudha chetaha yasyat nishchitam ruhitan me shishyaste ham sadhi mam tva prapannam. Beautiful verse. This is the language you should remember. He said, O Lord, Karpanya dosha apahata svabhava. Sammudha cheta tva pruchhami. I am now Karpanya dosha apahata svabhava. Now I am completely overtaken by Karpanya dosha. You know what is Karpanya? Karpanya is not miserliness, cowardice, no. Krupana is a fantastic word in Sanskrit. That is where you need traditional teacher and teaching. Or else Karpanya, Krupana means miser fellow, cowardice. No. Krupana, write down that word. Krupana means, it comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Yoba etad aksharam gargi abhiditva asmad lokat praiti saiva krupana. This is the definition. Krupana means, Krupana is a word, Krupana means, English I shall tell you, then I will quote the Sanskrit. One who leaves this human world without knowing the imperishable reality, he is a Krupana. One who leaves this human world without knowing the reality. Yajnavalkya talks to Gargi. Yoba etad aksharam abhiditva. Yaha, whoever he may be, asmad lokat praiti. One who asmad lokat praiti leaves this world, dies in this world, etad aksharam abhiditva, without knowing the imperishable. Without knowing the imperishable. Etad aksharam abhiditva, without knowing his imperishable nature, immortal nature, such a person is Krupana, ignorant. Krupana means ignorant. In one word you can say ignorant. Why? Because Krupana, in ordinary language, Krupana means miser. Krupana means miser. Why do you call miser? Please see. Why do you call this fellow Krupana? Because he, to whom you call miser? The person who has no, listen, the person who has no money, you call him miser. Or the person who has money and doesn't spend. The miser is not the one who doesn't have money. One who doesn't have money is daridra, he is poor. Person who has and doesn't spend the money, he is miser. Now every person is a miser in the world who does not know the truth. Do you know why? Because he has the buddhi, the wealth of intellect, but he never used it to understand the absolute. The ultimate usage of human intellect is to be one with the absolute. That is the goal set. Infinity, nothing less than infinity, absolute, immortal, imperishable. That every person must get in this life. Absolute happiness, absolute freedom, absolute immortality. You shall be. That is your goal. Every person must know that. Anything less than that, I don't need a teacher for it, I don't need a religion for it, I don't need a God for it, a guru for it. For a limited goal, why do I need a teacher? I know it. Are you getting that point, please? See that language, we shall see more of it tomorrow. Krupana means you have the intellect, but you never used it. And oh Lord, here, Karpanya dosha apahata svabhava. Apahata svabhava. I am struck down by this Karpanya dosha. these limitation of this intelligence, where I am not using my intellect to understand the reality. I am under the spell of ignorance. Dharma sammudha cheta. I am chetas dharma sammudha. My mind is fully confused. Which is right, which is wrong? Shall I be the prince, fight the battle? Or shall I be the disciple of my teacher and not fight the battle? Which one shall I do? Understand, two ways your conflict can come. One is conflict of the individuality, other is search for happiness. These two ways person can look for the, in these two ways you can wake up for the absolute. Tired of looking for happiness, you are encountering emptiness in life. So you are looking for happiness, you get out. Or you are tired of a role in life, you get out. Either of the way. Are you getting that point, please? Tired of the role, after getting everything, I am not happy in life. So I am running away. Or another thing is, which one I shall be? Shall I be the son or the father? Mother or the child? Prince or the ordinary person? Which one I shall do? Dharma sammudha cheta. I don't know what to do. Since it is so, since I don't know, O Lord, we shall see more elaborately tomorrow. Yas sreyasyat nishchitam. Tell me, O Lord, what is the best in my life? And why shall I tell you, Arjuna? Aham te shishya. I am your disciple. Aham te shishya. Now on, I am your student. Sadhimam, please teach me. Tva prapannam, I surrender to you. Now the friend has given place to the disciple. As long as you are a friend, but say, Krishna, Krishna, avargina theriyum. What does he know? That fellow, he was hanging around with me in the college. We both were going movie. We both were chasing girls. We are eating, so many times we have gone chicken food, we have taken chicken. That fellow, he won't know. Just because he putting on a akar cloth, he knows. That fellow doesn't know. You understand the difference? To accept somebody as the teacher, to whom you have accepted as a friend, and so intimate. Accepting somebody as a teacher becomes easy when you discover your ignorance. Until you discover the need for your knowledge, you shall not look for a teacher. Are you getting that point? Therefore, don't look for a teacher. The first search is not for looking for a teacher, but being aware of your ignorance. Once you are aware of ignorance, now you are desperate. You want to get out of your ignorance. So whoever helps you to get out of ignorance is your teacher. Finish. So, shall you look for a teacher or be aware of your ignorance? You have to be aware of your ignorance. In fact, when you come across a teacher, you shall see that person is a teacher who can make you aware of your ignorance about yourself. Who makes you aware of your ignorance about yourself, not make you aware of ignorant of a trick. The fellow who makes you ignorant of a trick, then he shall be a horse trainer. You don't know horse riding, he shall teach you horse riding. You don't know how to hold your tail, he knows how to hold his tail. You don't know how to climb a mountain, he helps you to climb a mountain. If you don't know how to sit down closing your eyes 5-10 minutes, you have to do that like that. Underground also you can breathe for 5 hours. That is not making you aware of your ignorance of relative things, is not making you a teacher. That is not the guru. That is a teacher. One who makes you aware of your ignorance, that what? You are infinity and you don't know anything about yourself. When that ignorance goes away, that is a different life altogether. Not that, do you know the Sanskrit word? No. Then what do you know? Give me a break. Give me a break, you know. Do you know how to chant 20 times this one? No. Then you don't know anything. Can you hold your breath for half an hour? No, what are you trying to do? I have to take half an hour, 1 hour breath, then every whale will be enlightened. Because they go 1 hour long dive and then come up afterwards for bathing. So I should be prostrating the whales. Don't give me this nonsense. Who is the teacher? We shall see tomorrow, okay? Now Arjuna completely surrendered because he wants to know about himself. Complete transformation from the prince, from the ordinary person to the prince to the mumukshu. Okay? Close your eyes.